J. Sippkin. Followed by Tracy Hahn Burkett on deck.
Good afternoon, Chairman Cushing, members of the committee. Thank you for carving out time to hear my testimony. I am a federally licensed firearms dealer. I have been so for over 35 years, 25 of them in New Hampshire. Rarely have I heard in one place, in a short space of time, so much mis- and disinformation. I'll address a little bit of it. But the key point, the points that I want to make are really, really simple. HB109 is based on provably unsound key assumptions and so promotes a fraud. The fraud is that guns can be controlled. It should be ITL'd. I'm going to quote some numbers to you, and unlike other folks here, I'm going to cite specific titles of specific publications, not a 2009 study. You could Google forever and probably never find it. At end 2016, there were about 402 million firearms in the U.S., excluding those owned by the military. More than one for each resident, including infants who usually don't own much. Here's the bottom line. There is nothing that you can do to stop the bad guy from getting a weapon. Nothing. Does not matter how many background checks of whatever type you impose, because the supply of weapons is infinitely large relative to the number who want a weapon to do harm. So those who back this misdirect the debate and promote a fraud, but it gets worse, way worse. Those who seek to buy a firearm while being prohibited commit a federal felony. They are not prosecuted. Some data. Here's the source. Write this down. G for golf, A for apple, O for Oscar, 18-440. Government Accountability Office, report number 18-440. Of 112,090 denials by screeners at the FBI NICS Center, only 12,710 were sent for investigation by the BATFE. Anybody care to guess how many prosecutions followed? I'll answer my own question. 12. Which means the feds do not prosecute those who seek to buy firearms from a dealer while being prohibited. And here's the reason. It's real again, simple. The U.S. Department of Justice has not got enough prosecutors. In the year ended 30 September 2017, 93 U.S. attorneys filed 53,899 criminal cases in federal district courts. The source is U.S. Attorney's Annual Statistical Report, fiscal year 2017. Even if only half of the 2018 denials analyzed in the GAO study were truly justified and valid and had been prosecuted, that would mean 56,000 prosecutions of prohibited persons. Department of Justice doesn't have and is not going to have enough money to hire enough prosecutors to prosecute those people. And I reasonably presume the same is true in New Hampshire, which means the backers of this bill, with no ill intent, promote a fraud. And the members of this committee should have no role in promoting a fraud. Run from this. So what can you do? Here's what you can do. If any New Hampshire resident acquires criminal convictions that show that they are given to attacking other residents, you need to allocate the money to make sure these folks are behind bars and stay there. I point out, by the way, as others have, that the FBI data, Crime in the United States, 2002 to 17, show that with one exception, New Hampshire is the third safest state in the union. The incidence of homicide in New Hampshire in 2017 was 1 per 100,000, which is 1/5 of the national rate. And it's been at approximately that level for a decade at least. So in short, do not promote this fraud.
Thank you for your time.
You cannot make this work. No one can make it work. It is foredoomed by the numbers. I'll be happy to take questions.
Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Croc TV.